life always feels like it's moving slow. You always feel like you're never enough. You're never in the right spot. You don't know what to do. You feel lost. What's up, YouTube? It's LJ Made It Go. And in life, I know it's difficult when you're searching for your purpose, understanding who I am and what I'm meant to be. And we just waste a lot of time doing things like that. I remember originally when I started out, when I graduated high school, I was like, man, I gotta go. I'm going to the NBA. I'm an NBA player. And it took a while for me to realize that sometimes what you think to be your purpose or who you think you are to be is not just tailored to one area of life. So not just basketball, not just um, a job in the workforce. You might work a job, but that might not be necessarily your purpose or your identity. And I know when I graduated, basketball was my identity, who I was. And when, the scholarships I received weren't the ones that I wanted, I'm now thinking like, who am I gonna be? Like, what is this? Because I'm not trying to be a D2 player or a JUCO player, and there's nothing wrong with those positions. And you can certainly go to higher levels from there. But I just thought of myself as something more so highly than that, and not trying to diss or anything like that. But my ego was just higher than that, and my pride didn't want me to stoop down to a lower level than I thought I was qualified for. So it's very difficult when you feel like your purpose and what gives you that sense of power is stripped from you, or you're not um, at the level you thought you were, and it makes you question your purpose. A lot of people really search their whole lives for their purpose when it's just simple as this. Your purpose is to do the best you can every day. Your purpose is to obviously glorify God. And how do I glorify God is by doing what I'm supposed to do, doing the best I can do. And so God is not going to always whisper to me, hey, do X, Y, and Z. Do this exactly. And, again, I'm not like a guy that tries to preach, but I'm just being practical. There's margins of error. There is grace and opportunity that we're given in life. And these are the fundamental principles. So no matter what you believe, you know what I'm saying, as it pertains to what is your purpose, there's always a fundamental principle. It's always going to go back to fundamental principle. If you work hard in a particular area, there is a likelihood you can find success if you have the proper characteristics. So if I'm playing basketball and I'm 6'8" and I'm really good, okay, there's a high likelihood that I could go to the NBA versus somebody who is 5'9", right? So there's always there's always a principle put in place, a fundamental principle for whatever you're doing in life. No matter, I could be the worst of the worst people, but if I have the skill set, have the ability, then there's a likelihood that I can reach these particular areas. And I'm saying that to say that, yeah, your purpose, you might have thought your purpose was playing sports, but maybe your purpose is something else. Maybe it's something bigger. Maybe it's something that pertains to, the Boys and Girls Club. You go volunteer there and teach the youth. Maybe that's your purpose. And maybe that's what gives you your sense of fulfillment. Because what I've realized in life, bro, it's like all this stuff that you're chasing, while it's fun, it gives you drive, it gives you a sense to wake up, it will not give you that true fulfillment. It won't. It won't give you that true fulfillment. I thought, man, I got up out of high school, and this is the typical thought process. You get up out of high school, and I touched on this in the video last time. Your thought is to, man, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna be young and turn and whatnot, and you party and you do all this. And I'm not saying I was a party guy or anything, or I am a party guy. No, I've not been to a party, never. But I just kind of thought that was what you live up to and live for. But I don't really see it that way. And so, just a lot of things that you think about differently. Think you have it all mapped out. You think you understand what's going on. And the reality of that is you are so far away from your arrived destiny. A lot of us think like, I got it all mapped out, but you have a lot of life to live. You have a lot of failing, a lot of messing up, a lot of relationships, a lot of good, a lot of bad. Like, you have a lot of stuff that is going to be added to your life and subtracted from your life before you reach your final destination. And so I would just advise people to take it a day at a time. Really go out and see more to understand your purpose, to understand who you are, and to better become a leader. Life is the greatest teacher. You go through it and you learn. Peace.